This medication causes memory loss. Over 60. Avoid it. Stop taking this medication the wrong way after 60, because it can quietly damage your memory and steal moments you once cherished. Follow me closely, because in the next few minutes, I will show you how to recognize this hidden danger and protect your brain. For many adults over 60, forgetfulness is not simply age. It can be a side effect of the pills you take every day. Names that slip away, conversations that fade, or small details you once recalled so easily may all be connected. The good news is that by learning how to adjust or replace certain medications safely, you can protect your memory and keep your mind sharp for many more years. I am going to reveal 5 common medications you should avoid if you want to protect your memory after 60. These drugs are prescribed for common problems like heartburn, anxiety, allergies, blood pressure, and cholesterol, but they can slowly damage your memory. Before we begin, I want to ask where you are watching from and what time is it right now. Leave a comment below. If this message feels useful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's start with why memory loss is not always just aging. As we grow older, the brain naturally changes, but those changes do not always mean dementia or inevitable decline. Many seniors notice moments of forgetfulness, losing track of names, or struggling to stay focused, and they quietly assume it is simply age catching up. In truth, research from both Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School has shown that certain medications can mimic or even accelerate these symptoms. Imagine believing you are losing your memory, when in reality, the real culprit may be sitting in your medicine cabinet. I have seen older adults in both the United States and India carry this silent worry, afraid that forgetfulness means they are losing themselves. The reality is often more hopeful, because by identifying and adjusting medications under proper guidance, many people regain clarity and confidence. Let us now look closely at the common drugs that may be quietly shaping your memory. 1. Acid reflux medications. Proton pump inhibitors, PPIs. Many older adults are prescribed medications like omeprazole, pantoprazole, or esomeprazole to calm heartburn and acid reflux. At first, these drugs feel harmless, even comforting, because they let you eat without that burning pain in your chest or throat. But what most people do not realize is that by lowering stomach acid too much, PPIs also reduce your body's ability to absorb essential nutrients like vitamin B12, magnesium, and zinc. Without enough vitamin B12, the protective coating around your nerves, called myelin, begins to thin, and electrical signals in the brain move more slowly. Research from JAMA Neurology in 2016 found that people using PPIs for more than 4 years had a 28% higher risk of developing dementia. That number may sound small, but when applied across millions of older adults, it represents thousands quietly losing clarity without understanding why. PPIs also change the gut microbiome, the community of bacteria that communicates with your brain through the gut-brain axis. When this balance is disrupted, sleep can become lighter, mood less stable, and memory less reliable. Some studies even suggest a higher risk of stroke with long-term use, a risk that is rarely discussed during quick doctor visits. I think about Carlos, a 65-year-old from Texas, who began taking omeprazole 6 years ago. He loved the relief it gave after meals, but over time he noticed growing fatigue and troubling forgetfulness. His family thought it was simply aging, yet his blood tests showed low vitamin B12, a silent effect of his daily pill. The hopeful news is that there are safer steps. Adjusting diet to avoid fried foods, heavy alcohol, or soda can reduce reflux naturally. Adding probiotics supports gut health, while simple alternatives like H2 blockers may provide relief with fewer risks. Most importantly, reviewing medications with your doctor helps you protect your digestion without sacrificing your memory. Even small changes can restore confidence, bring back energy, and keep your brain sharper for the years ahead. 2. Sleeping pills and anxiety medications, benzodiazepines. For decades, millions of older adults have turned to pills like lorazepam, diazepam, or alprazolam to calm anxiety and finally get some rest. At first, these medications feel like a blessing, easing racing thoughts and helping you drift into sleep when nothing else seems to work. But the hidden truth is that they act on a chemical messenger in your brain called GABA, and over time, your brain begins to rely on them instead of maintaining its own balance. When that dependence develops, the ability to form new connections between brain cells slows down, and memory begins to fade. The British Medical Journal reported that taking benzodiazepines for more than 3 months increases the risk of dementia by 51%, and continuing beyond 6 months raises that risk even higher. This is not just about numbers on a chart, it is about real lives. People describe losing focus, forgetting conversations, or stumbling more often because these pills also disrupt deep sleep and reduce coordination. What should be rest and healing turns into shallow rest that weakens memory even more. I think of Meera, a 70-year-old woman from Mumbai, who relied on sleeping pills every night for 5 years. She felt calmer at first, but gradually her mind grew cloudy, her steps less steady, and she suffered repeated falls that frightened her family. The hopeful news is that there are safer ways forward. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, teaches the brain to handle stress without chemicals. Gentle yoga and meditation calm the nervous system, while deep breathing exercises reduce anxiety naturally. Some people also find relief with traditional remedies like ashwagandha or valerian, herbs that have been used in both India and the West for centuries. These approaches may not work overnight, but with patience and guidance, they can restore clarity, improve sleep, and bring back confidence. The important message is this: you are not powerless, and with the right steps, your memory and independence can remain strong. 3. Anticholinergic medications. A hidden threat to memory. Have you ever taken a simple allergy pill or a medication for bladder urgency and wondered why your memory feels a little weaker? Drugs like diphenhydramine for allergies, oxybutynin for urinary urgency, or even some treatments for dizziness belong to a group called anticholinergics. At first glance, they seem harmless, yet their silent effect on the brain is often overlooked. These medications work by blocking a chemical messenger called acetylcholine, which is essential for memory, attention, and clear thinking. Without enough of this messenger, the brain's gears grind more slowly, and the ability to store or recall information begins to falter. The University of Washington followed thousands of older adults for more than 3 years, and found that long-term use of anticholinergics increased the risk of dementia by 54%. That is a staggering number when you consider how common these drugs are in medicine cabinets across America and India. The consequences can appear gradually. People may notice confusion, difficulty finding their way in familiar places, restless nights, or sudden mood changes they cannot explain. Families often assume this is just aging, but the truth may be hiding inside a pill taken every day. Maria, a 72-year-old from California, who used oxybutynin for 5 years. Her bladder symptoms improved, but her memory declined so much that she struggled to follow conversations with her grandchildren. The hopeful news is that there are safer steps to take. Reducing fluids in the evening, practicing pelvic floor exercises like Kegels, and exploring newer bladder treatments with fewer side effects can all make a difference. For allergies, newer generation medications are often safer for the brain. The key is not to accept memory loss as inevitable, but to review your medications with your doctor and ask if a gentler alternative exists. By staying informed and proactive, you can protect both your independence and your mental clarity for many years to come. 4. Calcium channel blockers. Protecting the heart without harming the mind. When you hear the words high blood pressure, the first thought is often medication, and for many older adults that medication is a calcium channel blocker. Names like amlodipine, nifedipine, or verapamil are prescribed daily in clinics across America and India, and at first they feel life-saving. These pills relax blood vessels, lower pressure, and protect the heart from strain. But what if the same action that helps the heart quietly affects the brain in ways that few people realize? Calcium is not only important for bones, it is also vital for communication between brain cells. By blocking calcium channels in blood vessels, these drugs can unintentionally block similar channels in neurons. Over time, this disruption weakens the connections that allow us to remember names, process information, and respond quickly in conversation. According to the American Heart Association, older adults over 65 who take these medications long-term have a 20% higher risk of cognitive decline. Raj, a 68-year-old from Delhi. He began amlodipine with relief, watching his blood pressure finally stabilize. But a few years later, his family noticed changes. He repeated questions, misplaced items, and sometimes forgot the way to his favorite market. They thought it was simply aging, but the truth was more complicated. The hopeful part is that there are options. Some people may switch under medical guidance to ACE inhibitors or ARBs, drugs that protect the heart with less impact on brain function. Beyond medication, lifestyle changes matter greatly. Following the DASH diet, with more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains while cutting back on salt, can naturally lower blood pressure. Gentle exercise, such as walking, yoga, or swimming, strengthens the heart and keeps blood flowing to the brain. Do not accept memory decline as unavoidable if you are on blood pressure medication. Talk openly with your doctor, review safer alternatives, and combine them with healthy daily habits. By doing so, you can protect both your heart and your memory, living with confidence and clarity as the years move forward. 5. Cholesterol-lowering medications. Statins. Statins such as atorvastatin, simvastatin, and rosuvastatin are among the most prescribed medications in the world, especially for older adults with high cholesterol. These drugs have undoubtedly saved lives by lowering the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Yet many people are unaware that the same pills protecting the heart may also be quietly affecting the brain. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and cholesterol is one of its most critical building blocks. Without enough cholesterol, neurons struggle to form and maintain the connections that support memory, focus, and mental agility. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued warnings about memory-related side effects of statins, and scientific studies confirm this concern. In 2018, Mayo Clinic Proceedings published findings linking long-term statin use to brain fog, a troubling condition where people feel mentally slow, easily distracted, and less sharp than before. These effects may not appear immediately, but can build over years of continuous use. Roberto, a 68-year-old man from New York, took statins faithfully for 3 years after his doctor urged him to lower cholesterol. His heart seemed safer, but he increasingly complained of a constant fog in his mind. He misplaced bills, forgot appointments, and described himself as living in a haze that left him frustrated and anxious. The good news is that there are safe steps to protect both your heart and memory. Doctors often recommend adding supplements like CoQ10, which supports energy production in brain cells, or omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and nuts, which nourish healthy cell membranes. Adjusting the dose or switching to a different statin under medical supervision can also reduce side effects. What matters most is never stopping these medications on your own, because sudden withdrawal can increase the risk of heart problems. The message is one of balance and hope. With medical guidance, dietary improvements, and smart supplementation, it is possible to protect cardiovascular health without sacrificing mental clarity. By staying informed and proactive, you can safeguard both your heart and your memory as you age with confidence. The surprising gift. Caffeine. Caffeine is everywhere in our daily lives. It is in your morning coffee, your afternoon tea, the soda you enjoy at lunch, and even in energy drinks that promise to keep you going. In small amounts, caffeine can be a true ally. It sharpens attention, lifts mood, and gives you the gentle push you sometimes need to start the day. But like many things, when taken in excess, its effects quietly shift from helpful to harmful. Researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health found that consuming more than 600 milligrams of caffeine daily, equal to about 5 strong cups of coffee, is linked to noticeable declines in memory and overall mental clarity. Instead of feeling energized, many older adults report restless nights, racing thoughts, or the unsettling fog that follows poor sleep. Over time, this cycle can heighten stress hormones and leave the brain struggling to process information as smoothly as it once did. Sandra, a 60-year-old woman from Bangalore, enjoyed several cups of chai and coffee each day, believing it was harmless. Slowly her sleep became fragmented, and her memory began to slip. She often forgot why she walked into a room or struggled to recall recent conversations. Her family grew concerned, thinking it was simply aging, but her doctor gently pointed out the hidden role of caffeine. The hopeful news is that change is possible without giving up the comfort of your favorite drinks. By gradually reducing intake, choosing smaller cups, or switching to decaffeinated versions, the body adapts without the shock of sudden withdrawal. Avoiding caffeine after 2 in the afternoon helps protect deep sleep, which is essential for memory and emotional balance. Herbal teas, such as chamomile or tulsi, can be soothing alternatives that calm the nervous system instead of overstimulating it. The message here is not to fear your morning coffee, but to respect its power. With moderation and mindful choices, caffeine can remain a small daily pleasure rather than a silent thief of memory. By adjusting habits wisely, you can protect your sleep, preserve your clarity, and continue enjoying life with energy and focus. Practical solutions to protect your memory. The first and most important rule for protecting your memory is never to stop a prescribed medication on your own. Many seniors in the United States and India feel tempted to simply throw away a pill once they hear about side effects, but sudden withdrawal can be dangerous for the heart, blood pressure, or even mental health. A safer path is to review medications regularly with your doctor, asking whether the benefits still outweigh the risks, and whether safer alternatives exist. That conversation alone can prevent unnecessary harm and give you confidence that your treatment plan truly supports your well-being. Another valuable habit is monitoring your memory through simple cognitive checks. These can be short paper-based tests at your doctor's office, or even daily exercises like recalling a grocery list or practicing word puzzles. By noticing changes early, you and your family can take action before the problem becomes too advanced. Think of it the same way you would check your blood sugar or blood pressure. It is a tool to stay in control, not a label of decline. Diet also plays a powerful role in protecting the aging brain. The Mediterranean style of eating, rich in olive oil, fish, vegetables, and whole grains, has been shown to reduce memory decline. In India, traditional meals built around lentils, turmeric, leafy greens, and small portions of fresh fish provide the same protective effect. These foods are not just nourishing. They reduce inflammation, strengthen blood flow, and provide the essential fats and vitamins your brain cells need to stay connected and resilient. Physical activity is equally vital. You do not need to run marathons to protect your memory. Simple daily practices like walking 20 minutes, joining a yoga class, or doing gentle qigong movements can increase blood flow to the brain, release natural mood-lifting chemicals, and maintain balance that reduces the risk of falls. The key is consistency. Choosing something you enjoy and making it part of your routine. Finally, never underestimate the value of restorative sleep. 7 to 8 hours each night allows your brain to repair, process memories, and remove toxins that accumulate during the day. Stress reduction techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or prayer can calm the nervous system and improve sleep quality. Many seniors carry the invisible weight of worry, about finances, family, or health, and this silent stress quietly drains memory and energy. Taking time each day for stillness is not a luxury. It is a form of medicine. The message is hopeful. By working with your doctor, eating wisely, moving gently, checking memory regularly, and honoring the need for sleep and peace, you are not powerless against memory loss. You are actively shaping a healthier, sharper, and more independent future. As we come to the end, remember this. Memory loss after 60 is not always just a natural part of aging. In many cases, it is quietly linked to the medications we take every day. The 5 most concerning groups are proton pump inhibitors, benzodiazepines, anticholinergics, calcium channel blockers, and statins. Each of them has a role in modern medicine, but each also carries risks for your brain if not used wisely. So I want to hear from you. Are you or someone you love currently using any of these medications? Share your experiences in the comments below, because your story may help another family recognize the same warning signs. And as always, I leave you with this blessing. May your nights be calm, and may your mornings be full of light. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss future insights on protecting your health, your memory, and your independence. Together, we can face aging with clarity and hope. Ad